our series, Hack Your Happiness. Dan Harris is back this morning to talk about breaking bad habits, forming good ones.
Yes.
And your guide here was this book called Atomic Habits by James Clear.
Bestseller, really interesting book. I got something for you, Michael. Stand by. As we all know, making or breaking bad habits, that's one of the most difficult tasks for us humans. Truth is, we're wired for failure here. So I went to an expert for advice.
8 months ago, we rang in the new year right here in Times Square. Do you even remember what your resolutions were? Probably not, since some research shows 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by the second week of February. Our effort to right our wrong habits over. So why is making or breaking habits so hard? You can blame it on evolution. In order to survive, our brains evolved to focus on immediate issues like avoiding saber-toothed tigers. Evolution only really cared about us creating habits that helped us live long enough to reproduce. It didn't care about whether we were good about forming long-term, healthy habits like flossing our teeth. Which is why so many of us find it so fiendishly hard to stick with a diet or boot up an exercise or meditation habit. Enter James Clear, author of the best-selling book, Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. In it, he describes starting small using what he calls the 2-minute rule.
You just take whatever habit you're trying to build and you scale it down to something that takes 2 minutes or less to do. So meditate every day for a month becomes meditate for 60 seconds. So easy almost that you can't say no to it. If you don't become the type of person who meditates for 60 seconds 5 days a week, you have no chance to be the type of person who meditates for 40 minutes.
We decided to test out his advice. Jude Gant wanted help forming an exercise habit. We challenged her to do just 3 sit-ups every day for 2 weeks.
Just focusing on one thing made it a lot less stressful.
While Jude wanted to make an exercise habit, I wanted to break a bad habit.
The habit that I would like to break is late night snacking.
If forming a new good habit is about making it easy, breaking a bad habit requires making it more difficult. For me, that meant putting snacks on high shelves, out of sight, out of mind. James also recommended something pretty extreme, a lockbox with a timer, which would make it impossible for me to get a rice cake after 8. Another hack, brushing and flossing early. The minty taste, he says, could reduce late night cravings. As Jude and I got to work, we turned for inspiration to Mitch Presnick. The so-called micro-habits approach helped him lose more than 100 pounds. He started by going to the gym for just 5 minutes every day.
After about a month, I was dying to do 10 minutes, and I finally let myself do 10 minutes. And then after another 2 weeks, I was dying to do 20 minutes.
So how did Jude do after a couple of weeks?
So usually starting is the hardest part. So now that I've started something, it will encourage me to stick with it and to build upon it.
There's this quote by Ed Lattimore where he says the heaviest weight at the gym is the front door. And it's that idea, right? How can I make it easy to open the front door?
While I didn't find the lockbox super helpful,
It's not big enough.
the early brushing definitely helped curb my craving.
Is there a set amount of time it takes to form a habit?
The honest answer is forever. Habits are not really this finish line to be crossed. It's a lifestyle to be lived.
Lara just told me she doesn't mind brushing twice, so that will not work for her. I'm not going to lie. In terms of my late night snacking, there are times that I have done some backsliding, but there are 2 big things that have also really helped me. One, my wife and I have been endeavoring to improve our habits together, and James Clear says positive peer pressure is super helpful. So 2, meditation sometimes helps me because it allows me to kind of see the urge to eat arise, and then I can just let it pass.
I feel like saying, let yourself have a rice cake every once in a while.
I do. The rice cake? I didn't know this morning was going to be George shaming me, but it's cool. I love it.
Tell us some more strategies.
Okay, so one of the things that James says about breaking a bad habit is you have to make it really unattractive. I heard through the grapevine that, I don't want to name any names, but his initials are Michael Strahan, has a nail-biting habit. And so I brought you some nail polish that will make your nails taste nasty, and that should break the habit.
Okay,
You're welcome.
Just throw me out there in front of the world, there, man. It's all good.
Just passing it along. George did it to me. I'm giving it right back.
You did it to yourself. More of James Clear's tips on Dan's podcast, 10% Happier. It's on our website as well.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here. to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.